What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Dollar Mike, aka Michael Mitchell, back at it again with another video. I actually make videos all about personal finance, but we're not really talking about the broad stuff here today. We're actually talking about your next stimulus check. So I'm not gonna waste your time, obviously, because I don't like doing that. So let's get right into the HEALS Act and find out when you're actually gonna get your next stimulus check. Let's go. So yes, our government is out here near the end of the summer working again, finally, to bring us our next stimulus bill. This bill is actually being negotiated right now, so some things in this video may change in the future, and obviously I'll update you with either another video or something like that in the future if that may be the case. But regardless, this is probably how the HEALS Act will pan out. So let's just get right into the bill. Let's dive right into it, and let's start with stimulus checks because that's all you guys want to hear about, or at least most of you probably. It's nothing wrong with the other stuff on the bill, but let's talk about stimulus checks first because why not? Free money, basically, right? Let's go. So once again, the proposal is for another $1,200 in stimulus checks. If you received a stimulus check the last time we received one, then you'll get one most likely this time. I don't think anything's changed in a matter of 2 to 3 months, but hey, something probably could have. But I'm almost 100% sure if you received the first stimulus check, then you'll probably get this one as well. So yes, a tax-free $1,200 will be deposited into your bank account once again if you make less than $75,000 a year as a single, or $2,400 if you make less than $150,000 a year as a couple. Every $100 over $75,000 that you make, $5 will get cut from your stimulus check, all the way up into about $99,000 a year. So if you make more than $99,000 a year, you will not receive a stimulus check, and that pretty much makes sense. For couples, if you make more than $198,000 a year combined, so that means between you and your partner, you will also not receive a stimulus check, and like I said before, that makes perfect sense. However, there is a key difference this time, and that actually involves dependents. So yes, dependents will actually get a stimulus check as well. Essentially, they'll be getting $500 up to 3 people. So for example, you're a couple or you're married or whatever, and you have 3 different kids. All 3 of those kids will also receive $500. That $500 will actually be combined into your stimulus check, so you will receive an extra $1,500, one per kid, up to 3 kids, or up to 3 dependents. They don't have to be kids, they can be students in college. It all depends. As long as they're registered as a dependent, they'll receive $500, or you'll receive an extra $500 that you can give to them. So like I said before, that's up to 3 dependents. That could be kids, that could be college students, anybody that's on their parents' taxes and is registered as a dependent, they'll get an extra $500, or your parents will get an extra $500 on their stimulus check, which they can give to you or help you use whatever you want to do with it. It's $500 for free. I'm not arguing with it. There you go. When it comes to stimulus checks, that is essentially everything the act covers, but this HEALS Act also has a lot more to offer, so let me get into the rest of it. The first change comes to unemployment. So if you're getting that extra $600 every single week, I'm letting you know right now, once this bill goes into law, if it goes into law, it's going to drop from $600 to $200. Either way, that extra $600 a week was ending, so now you'll be getting $200 extra instead of $600 extra. That's still better than nothing. I don't know if that's the best move right now, considering a lot of people are still out of jobs and everything like that, but obviously they want people to go back to work, and $600 a week extra on top of whatever your unemployment was before was a little bit too much for people, and essentially just keeping people home because they could get $600 a week for doing absolutely nothing. So understandable that they would lower it. I don't know if lowering it to $200 a week is the best choice, but I'm not them. They're making the big calls. I'm not really doing any of that, so I can't really say. Regardless, we're dropping from $600 to $200 extra on the unemployment if this bill passes. The HEALS Act also allows for $100 billion going into education, another $190 billion going into the PPP, or the Paycheck Protection Program, which is essentially for small businesses and whatnot. If you guys don't know what happened with the PPP before, essentially people that weren't really that small of businesses were receiving a lot of money from the government that they had no business receiving, and they completely took advantage of the whole loan program. So companies like Shake Shack, I believe Kanye West even got in on the loan and everything, and help jumpstart one of his like brands or whatever he's working on right now. Regardless, all these people that shouldn't have received any PPP money receive PPP money the first time. So this time they revised that it should be a lot smoother. It should actually go to small businesses instead of people that already have millions or just giant corporations in general. There is no excuse for that. I don't know how it slipped by the first time, but at least they're correcting it here, I guess. That kind of sucks still, but at least they're correcting it here, right? And that's $190 billion going towards that. The act also covers 5 years of liability when it comes to lawsuits against businesses, healthcare companies, and schools. As well as there's more funding for COVID testing, there's tax deductions for meals, and extension for forbearance payments when it comes to your mortgages. That is essentially what the act covers, but obviously it's some things in there that I didn't mention, and the reason I didn't mention it is because they're just not in the act. And one of those things is hazard pay. Another one of those things is student loan forgiveness, student loan forbearance, repayments, all that kind of stuff. It's just not there. Hazard pay, which is essentially giving extra money to people that's out here in the trenches working hard, making sure everybody can actually stay safe, like healthcare professionals, people even like just working in grocery stores. I think they should get hazard pay. I think people working at Amazon, UPS, all those people shipping packages and stuff, I think all those people should get hazard pay. Simply not in the bill. Don't know what's going on with that. Maybe that'll be negotiated and changed. I hope so. Another thing that just simply wasn't talked about was student loans. I know the first time around we actually got 6 months of no interest, no payment for basically federal student loans, which actually covered my student loans. So I didn't have to pay for 6 months, and I also didn't have any extra interest going against me for 6 months. So basically just a clean slate for 6 straight months with no student loans. It looks like that is completely ending. So by the end of September, I'll actually have to start paying on my student loans again, and the interest will start occurring again as well. Kind of sucks, but maybe that'll get negotiated and changed by the time they actually go and sign the bill. President has to sign it, Congress, Senate, all have to sign it. So if that can get negotiated in, that would be really nice. Just delay it for another like 6 months. That'll be cool. You know, I'm working on paying some bills down that I want to get down. But the last thing you're actually probably wondering is, when will we actually receive our stimulus checks? When is this bill actually going to go into effect, this act? When is all this going to happen? And basically they have until August 7th to decide on this proposed bill and pass it and whatnot. If they do it by August 7th, then everybody will have their stimulus checks, or at least they'll start to roll out by the end of August. If they don't do it by August 7th and it actually gets pushed back, they'll be on recess once again, and we probably won't receive stimulus checks until at least the end of September. So let's hope they actually can negotiate, get everything passed by August 7th. Like I said before, everything in this video is being negotiated, so it is subject to change. If it does change, obviously I'll let you guys know. Make sure you just drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn those notifications on so you know when it actually changes, because I'll make a video about it, or I'll make a post about it, something about it. Check out my Instagram, my Twitter. I'll post about it on there probably as well. It really doesn't really matter. Just make sure you're following me, because if you're following me, you'll get the right information and you'll get it basically as fast as I can give it to you. It's just that simple. So if you enjoyed this video, if you want to hear me talk more about stimulus check stuff or just personal finance stuff, make sure you just check out the rest of my channel, because that's all personal finance. You want to learn about investing, saving, budgeting, all that stuff is all over the channel. I have tons of videos, tons of content for you. So make sure you just go and check that out. Make sure you drop a like on this video if you liked it. If you didn't like it, let me know what I can do to change, anything like that. Drop a comment down below letting me know what you want me to make a video about. If you want me to make a particular video about personal finance, money, anything like that, I got you 100% covered, because this is what I do. I'm Dollar Mike. So thank you for watching this video. Like I said before, I'm out. Dollar Mike. Peace.